Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Puan Siti Nurbaya and Encik Hairul. I'm Muhammad Farhan bin Muhammad Ridwan from Fakulti Teknologi Kejuruteraan Mekanikal dan Pembuatan from BMMV. I would like to present about my thesis, a study on new material of airless tyre fabricated from biopolymer nanocomposite. And my supervisor is Encik Muhammad Afdal bin Shamsuddin. This is my table of content: introduction, literature review, methodology, result and discussion, and last conclusion. First, chapter 1 is introduction. Tyre, weight, elastic, solidness. Tyre are the main medium which are liable for a moving vehicle. Then weight, airless tyre or non-pneumatic tyre is the type that cannot bolster by barometrical weight. Third, elastic. Tyre comprises of layers of the different elastic compound of shifting thickness to frame a composite structure. Fourth is the solidness. The solidness and contact pressure of an airless tyre is controlled by a variety of geometric and material parameters. Problem statement. Height rolling resistant and dissipate the head build up when they are in action. Airless tyre incorporate scattering the worm developed that happen when they are driven, obstacle to smooth driving, and increase the wheel weight. So this is my objective. First is to develop a new material of sample airless tyre based on biopolymer nanocomposite, and second is to test and observe the strength of airless tyre. Scope of work. First is develop the new material of sample airless tyre based on biopolymer nanocomposite by using mold. Second is testing the sample by using two types of tests, which are tensile test, STMD 412 to find the modulus of elasticity and compression, and second test is compression test, STMD 575 to determine the compression deflection. Third is observing the potential of biopolymer nanocomposite and result from the testing result. Chapter 2, literature review. Introduction. Tyre are the most prominent rubber article both with respect to importance as well as volume production. Tyre function as a rubber spring, provide support for riding, a steering reaction, friction, and braking. The tyre industry are focusing on new formulation and tyre construction to reduce tyre rolling resistance to greater fuel efficiency. A global initiative is underway to place environmental and safety-related obligation on vital tyre performance. Next is literature review. Classification of rubber, tyre component, function of tyre. Function of tyre, according to Saraghosh 2012, state a tyre function can be considered in relation to three specific roles, which is stability of the vehicle, comfort, and stability of the vehicle. Vehicle stability, including cornering, steering reaction, and abrasion, work laterally, and comfort force act vertically. Next is tyre tread performance, application of tyre and tread compound design, magic triangle. Tyre component. Tread is the type topmost abrasion resistant rubber component with different pattern that come into contact with road. It forms the carcass protective coating. It is the most critical component responsible for the key tyre efficiency indicator such as their resistance to friction, braking, handling, wear and roll. Saraghosh 2012. This is the magic triangle. The three important properties such as rolling resistance, tread wear, and wet grip from the so-called magic triangle of tyre properties, which mean that a balance must be found between these properties. B.E. Linmuth 2006. Third, this is chapter 3, methodology. This is my flowchart. First is start, and then sample preparation and design the mold, then curing process, remove sample from the mold, then the sample will going to two type of test, which is tensile and compression, then FEA simulation validation, result analysis, and end. This is my material selection, three type material selection, which is natural rubber is the main material, formic acid, and starch. This is mold preparation. To make a mold, I've used a metal and cut off saw machine, then MX200 as my MIG welding. This is my material selection using SolidWorks 2018, using natural rubber as the main material. Static analysis, the minimum static analysis, the minimum stress is 1.082 10 to power of 4 Newton meter square, while the maximum is 1.021 10 to power of 6 Newton per meter square. Next is tensile test. The tensile test will be conducting by using universal tensile machine UTM with the sample measurement that according to STM D412 standard. This method is applied by tensile force pulling to a substance and test the direction of the specimen to stress. Compression. Next is the second test is compression test. The compression test will be conducting by using universal testing machine UTM with the sample measurement that according to STM D575 standard. The aim of a compression test is to measure the behavior of reaction of a material, while compressive load are used to measure basic variables such as pressure, strength, and deformation. Next, Chapter 4, Result and Discussion. Material properties. In this project, there are several material properties that need to be obtained. The material properties of the sample of airless tyre were obtained by using two testing. As you can see, there are two samples, sample A and sample B. Sample A is 100 grams starch and 10 ml formic acid. Sample B, 70 grams starch plus 10 ml formic acid. Based on the collected data, the average elastic modulus sample of airless tyre from the two samples was 0.1647 MPa. Next is tensile test. Picture shown the sample are having a tensile test. Next is result tensile test for sample A and result for tensile test sample B. As we can see from the result, elastic modulus for sample A is higher than sample B. This is because the percent of starch sample A is more than sample B. Next is compression test. The picture shown the sample are having a compression test, and next is result compression test. As we can see from the results, the maximum load and maximum stress for sample A is higher than sample B. Graph for compression test. The graph for compression test shown sample A, red color, maximum stress is 2.225 MPa, while sample B, green color, maximum stress is 1.962 MPa. This is my final product, which is sample A. The actual final product of the scale product. The scale product is made from the same amount ratio, that is from the same specimen and 100 gram amount of starch. That optimum ratio is tested. Lastly, the conclusion. Tyre may seem to be a trivial part of a vehicle, but airless tyre work shows otherwise. The new technology will boost automotive health and have an environmental impact. Since this tyre can also be recycled, the user can expect a lower cost per pneumatic. Airless tyre help to boost the safety and peace of mind while transporting by freeing the driver from concern about penetration and the difficulty of tyre pressure control. Based on the result obtained, the sample of airless tyre can be continued by using other material and the size of the sample unit until it reaches the best result. Airless tyre can provide uniform traction and uniform wear while absent of air. Recommendation for future development. Material used for the sample airless tyre need to be added, such as styrene butadiene rubber, and next is a good combination of material and geometry will make the tyre safer, give optimum riding comfort, and assist side forces during steering and cornering. Thank you, that's all.